Hmm?
Have you seen where my binder is?
Mm-mm.
Back outside, I finished the last of my dessert and let out a sigh of satisfaction. That was delicious. Couldn't agree more, though I'm not sure how fond I am of having the smell of hibachi on my clothes. Better than that cologne you always use. You notice that? Her hand suddenly turns away, focusing instead on the open air market in the distance. Well, we're in Little Truden. The weather makes foot traffic non-existent. The town is ours. Where do you want to go first? She looks positively giddy, looking around the stores, looking for the best place to start. That way, I got a great feeling about it. With Olivia as my guide, we make our way towards the shopping center. Man, as if the main part of the city's holiday lighting wasn't captivating already, Little Truden is just as whimsical. Fairy lights wrap around the street lamps while paper lanterns hang along the streets, illuminating our path in a reddish hue. Holiday cheer and cultural tradition mesh perfectly together. We're here. Here, looking to be some kind of Arabian bazaar from a movie, except built into the building. There's walls and even a ceiling, though the ceiling is plastic and semi-transparent. But the walls are all cut into, with cheap canopies jutting from the tops of the openings, and so many colorful knickknacks hanging from them and over the tables, equally filled to bursting with a plethora of items.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom, but I'm still listening.
Every other stall I see, a seller stationed right next to a cheap heater, waving and shouting at anyone who passes by. While the streets had looked devoid of people, the shopping center was packed to the brim. That's the one. The one? I just know it. Lead the way. As we get closer, I can't help but notice the variety of interesting items being sold. Cheap-looking toys that light up and make music, t-shirts with various decals and vulgar jokes, and jade jewelry that looks like it was handmade this morning. All of which have signs marketing their prices that, frankly, reflect their quality very poorly. Further down the shopping center, we reach a section of the indoor market that looks almost like a convenience store. Shelves upon shelves of exotic produce are all placed along every wall of the store. In the center are displays showcasing snacks and candies with ineligible signs and cutesy mascots. The ceiling now covered in greenery, more paper lanterns and banners adoring more Japanese text. Olivia's eyes light up with glee upon seeing the wide array of oriental goodies. You know, let's make this our Christmas shopping. She nods and grins, and we start scanning each stall slowly. Immediately, I'm drawn to one that is exceptionally vibrant, from all the toys on the show. Some of the plastic figures are even making noises, though there's a certain rattiness to them. Still, I'm sure I can find something for Vinny. Recalling our first meeting, I look for any Power Raptor figure that I can find on the table. Aha! Picking up a package figure, I wave Olivia over from her sugary treat hunting. Think Vinny will like this? She quirks an eyebrow briefly and then gives me the flattest stare I've ever seen. No. Why not? Inko, that's such a shitty bootleg. Like, it's not even named right. I look at the package of the small green figure. Powerful Raptorials. Huh. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is cheap knockoffs. If you want the good stuff, you gotta look in the back. The back? She rolls her eyes but motions for me to follow. Olivia wheels herself past the table and deeper into the stall. And the first thing I notice is how there's even more boxes of toys along the wall. And opposite to that, the wall covered with a lot of swords and knives and other pony lethal things. Instead of looking at the toy wall, Olivia's eyes are glued to the weapon rack. I don't think Sophia would approve. Oh, yeah, no. It takes a colossal effort on her part to turn herself around. Partially from how cramped the space is, but mainly how her eyes are lingered on a particular sword on a shelf. Looking closer, it kind of looks like the one from the show we watched together. Neat. Maybe? Nah, Sophia wouldn't approve. It doesn't take long for Olivia to pick out a pair of toys to gift to Damien's younger brother. though I don't think wooden weaponry counts as toys. Our purchases were made, we moved on to the next person on our list and the next stall. We ventured through the halls, deliberately throwing ideas back and forth on ideas for the rest of the pains. I was astonished to find a jacket close in design to mine, but for a fraction of the price, and just the right size for Damien. And Olivia pointed out a neat little statue of an insect carved out of amber stone. She said it'd be perfect for Randy's, so it's added to the pot. That left Sophia and Olivia had brought us to a stall filled with textile materials. I hadn't known she was a seamstress, but Olivia explained that it's one of her favorite hobbies. Not knowing how much on that matter, I let Olivia go and talk to one of the shopkeeper about what she was looking to buy, while I stayed close to the front. Near the cash register, I spot one of those tiny novelty prize dispensers. One in particular catches my eye. It looks like some variation of a whack-a-mole featuring a little alligator heads. They're cute. She would love these. It just so happens I have 5 quarters. I turn the crank and get a spherical capsule in exchange. What you getting? Olivia, I got this for you. Ooh. I place a little toy in her hands. She brings it closer to examine. Look, you can bop it with a little hammer. Ow! I know just the place for it. This is going right in my little treasure hoard. The thought brings a smile to my face. Did you find what you were looking for? Yep. She pulls out a few colorful bottles from her chair compartment. These babies will look great on the canvas. They had the colors I needed too. Whoa, how's it different from regular paint from the store? It just is. But it just is. Okay. I also got Auntie a roll of faux silk. She's always wanted to work with that silk. An hour later, we've seen just about everything. Looks like it's just in time too. All the friendlier stalls are starting to close down. I don't want to get caught in the tight alleyways in the city after dark, so Olivia and I call it a night and start heading back to the metro station. We make one last turn to come to the entrance, and whoa. It's a large circular clearing, the widest space I've seen around here. Probably meant for performers and such. In the center is a huge Christmas tree, with colorful strings of lights connecting it to the surrounding stalls. How did we miss this coming in? Whoa. We both have to crane our necks to see the star atop. It looks mosaic, each panel a different color to create a star within a wreath. The entirety of the aglow from a singular light source from within. The colored lights bounce off of us as we approach. They color Olivia's snout in reds, blues, purples, and even some more vibrant greens. Even her breath, coming out as vapor, is lit up like it's a part of the Christmas tree. For a moment, we stare at the Christmas tree in silence. All I can hear is the subtle ambience of our surroundings. It's serene. Was this a nice break? Yeah. But you know me, I'm itching to get back into it. We look back up at the tree. It's bright. Merry Christmas, Olivia. Christmas isn't until another few weeks. I know, just felt like saying it. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Olivia's hand finds mine, our fingers intertwine slowly, and our palms press warmly together. She doesn't speak, but her eyes convey so much. Indeed. I carefully set down our shopping bags and take a knee beside her. She leans over her chair armrest, bringing her head closer until she can rest her chin on my shoulder. I can feel her lips moving in a silent whisper as she nuzzles against me gently. A smile comes to my face as she mouths her appreciation for our first official date. Following her example, I lean my head back against her. My jaw moves, but no words come out. After all, we don't want to disrupt the peaceful silence. But still, I know Olivia understands my own wordless thanks, as I feel her lips quirk into a smile. We stayed pressed together for some time, at least until my knees couldn't bear the stone floor and her scales couldn't handle the cold. Allowing the comfortable silence to continue, I stand up and slowly take us back to the station. The ride home, we were lucky enough to get the whole train car to ourselves. Olivia huddles close the whole way back. It's officially winter in Volcadera Bluffs. And as if to celebrate the occasion, tonight is St. Hammond's Winter Formal. Whoa, okay, here we go. Fuck. Hard to believe it's already here. It really crept up on me. Whenever I remember the event coming up, I just forced it out of my mind. The whole thing has me pretty anxious. It's like a date, but on a whole new level. Like there's some formality to it. I'd better not mess this up. Yeah, you fucking better. Oh, okay. It's a big night for myself and Olivia. I'm at her place now. She sits beside me on the bed, hard at work finishing the painting. I hold her other hand while she carefully brushes. On occasion, Olivia glances nervously at the clock. Each take is another second possibly wasted. She's really working down the wire. That's not to say she let the deadline creep up on her, of course. Quite the opposite. Every day after school and until bedtime, she'd been working hard at it. And now it just needs the finishing touches. She was so anxious today, just completely besides herself, pestering me during lunch and throughout our classes together about how she wants to finish right away, to the point I had to talk her out of ditching class. She settles for dragging me back to her place the split second class ended. Good thing I thought ahead and brought my formal clothes the night before. Brand new mauve blazer by Jacquard Barrionek. Or Barryon. Okay, yeah, whatever. That name. Freshly tailored slacks pressed to perfection. And polished black leather dress-up boots to give myself that extra height. Tiny errant flakes of paint jump off the canvas beside me. Each one gives me a mini heart attack. She told me not to, but I can probably sneak a glance out of the corner of my sunglasses. As I try to get a peek, however, a claw gently flicks my cheek, followed by a little growl. No. No peeking. Come on, you said you needed me here for support and I can't even see it? No peek, just sit. Sit and watch peak fiction. That's exactly what we're doing. She gestures to the TV she set up to play Manic as a background noise. You think you'll finish in time? Absolutely. Careful not to wear out your fingers. I can make it, I just need you here. Just being near her was enough as support. Though her tail would slither its way to me, it, along with Guts, occupied my lap, and my actual support became evident as my hand ran over both scales and fur, eliciting cooing noises of comfort from my girlfriend and her pet. Really, I felt more like a glorified pet sitter watching over the oddest friendship between a snake and rat. But it was part of her process for this, so I obliged, content to wait to see Latikin's tribute in time. Plus, Olivia really did have a good taste in shows. I'm a little disappointed I won't get to finish this one tonight. Alas, we have more important matters. Okay, I think it's ready. She holds up a finger to my lips, appraising her work. Scanning for any minute flaw. Yes, this is it. Oh, can I see? Not yet, it needs to dry. But I need to wash up for my big date. She holds out her arms absolutely splattered with purple and blues. And get changed. So, out. Wow, I'm being kicked to the street? No longer useful? Darn right. Go mingle with the plebeians for a while. I squeeze her hand and get up from the bed. Come on, I want to show you my dress. Alright. Oh my god, I'm so fucking excited. 'Tis the season to be jolly, and the Payne's place lives up to the saying. From roof to floor, the house is decked out for the holidays, completely changing its atmosphere. Warm, nostalgic, inviting, comforting. Even outside, the house is adorned with an array of colorful Christmas lights. The rest of the Paynes and Liz are lounging on the living room. Hey everyone. Inko, is it true you ordered a... Shush, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a surprise for her, hon. Oh, my bad. Thanks again for covering most of it, Inko. It's pretty exciting to get one of those. Yeah, Liva's gonna love it. Though I can't help but feel like we should have pitched in more. Don't worry about it. It was my idea, after all. Nice jacket, by the way. Why, thank you. Just then, Damien takes a seat right next to Liz, casually slinging an arm around her. I don't know. I'm making that noise.
Do it.
Damien looks my way with flickering with flickering eyebrows and a smug, toothy grin. He knows he's won. With a suave moves like that, I should keep him in mind to use on Olivia. Sophia looks like she's about ready to burst with excitement and can't hold it in any longer. Oh, my little boy's all grown up to be a man. Mom. Now, son, it's every parent's God-given right to tease their kids. One day you'll be doing the same with yours. Yippee, you guys aren't gonna be doing like this all night. Where's Vinny when you need him? I didn't want your little brother being left out on having some fun tonight, so he's having a big sleepover with his karate team. And let's be fair, I'm not going to risk that little rascal accidentally making a mess of anyone's outfits before their big night. Yeah, because we know how that fucking went before. As much as I love the little guy, last thing I'd want is some acid damaging my evening gown. Indeed, that would be rather tragic. You know, I think I'm coming down with something. Oh, stop it, you. For the next couple of minutes, we simply relax and wait for Olivia. Well, Damien and I relax. With the way he has his arm around Liz's waist, a blush begins to steadily grow from her cheek and down her neck. Kinda reminds me of an upside-down thermometer. Damien scooches her closer to him and uses his other hand to guide her flustered face towards his. He leans in and seemingly whispers something in her ear. And whatever it is that he said makes the Lizometer hit 1,000 degrees with an alerted yelp. His parents are grinning from ear to ear as she squirms at her gaze. Despite the embarrassment radiating off of her like a fireplace, I don't feel too bad for her. I'm pretty sure this is what she wants. Though, what the heck did Damien say to her? More so, is he doing it on purpose? Why are we all looking at the giant licorice whip? A scratchy voice draws my attention, and I turn to see... Ah! I'm genuinely floored. Indeed, Inko. The dress, the accessories, the makeup. Elegance springs to mind. Regal, too. But what escaped my lips is... beautiful. The others are...
Wait, I thought he was daydreaming that. That's her dress. That's completely
her dress.
different.
Exactly. Okay. The others are also complimenting her, but she pays them no mind. She's looking only at me as I am her. Damn right, like... she had it. Bashfully, Olivia looks away at last, and I clear my throat. My cheeks feel exceptionally warm, and Olivia's is practically aglow. You look beautiful, Olivia. Thanks, Inko. Auntie Sophia helped me with the dress. She twirls in her chair about, allowing me to take her in from all angles. Oh, please, Olivia. You worked on that dress, too. Only with the fitting, Auntie. Her twirling finally stops so that she can bring her chair closer to me. I find myself on one knee, hands and arms helping to ease her from a wheelchair and onto the couch. It's been a second nature for a while. With Olivia settled nicely there, I retake my spot just beside her. A satin glove hand finds its place into my palm, and Olivia's head leans slightly against my shoulder. I feel as though my face is aflame with heat. Yet I don't mind as the girl beside me presses closer. Now, don't get cozy, you two. Your ride to the formal should be getting here any minute. Olivia's head leaves my shoulder so she could look at to Sophia. Aren't we taking Liz's car? I wouldn't mind, but with these clothes? Nuh-uh. Inko thought of a better idea. We all bitched in, though. Olivia's looking at me now, squinting ever so slightly with scrutiny. What did you do? Well... honk honk. That. I did that. Damien and Liz are already moving towards the door. I get up and take a hold of Olivia's wheelchair, stabilizing it for her. Inko, what? Good night, Randy, Sophia. I'll have her home tomorrow morning. Inko! Have fun, you two. Don't do anything we wouldn't. Randy! Olivia's head is still turning wildly between us all as I wheel her to the open front door. The gator head finally stills, and I'm sure her eyes are as wide as saucers as she sees what's parked in front of the house. Figured for such a big night, we deserve a ride in style. What about tomorrow? What about the tomorrow morning bit? Oh, we're gonna hang out at my place after. Is that why I'm missing my favorite PJs? The luminous driver is already at the passenger door, holding it open for us. I gently push the wheelchair towards the vehicle as she continues to stare at it in awestruck silence. Okay, wow. Alright, this is...
You're geeking over
Dude,
this.
yes, I'm fucking happy. If I may, you may. I carefully take the painting from her with both hands and place it against the back seat. Once Olivia is satisfied, it's her turn. Oh wow, it looks even nicer than on the website. Hey Yankee, the bar's free game, right? I throw Damien a thumbs up. It's all paid for, amigo, with a little help from Liz, of course. Awesome! Damien's already pulled 2 glass bottles of cola from the tiny fridge. Using his tooth like that was impressive, not gonna lie. He cracks open the second one with relative ease. For you. He gestures with a bottle if I'd like one. Sure. Careful you don't spill it on the painting. Even a drop lands on it and I'll murder roll you. Yeah, of course. Can I see it? No. No one lays eyes on it until we set it up at the memorial room. I promised myself that. Whoa, you made the painting without even looking at it? She did. Wow. Shut up, both of you. I lean back into the plush seating, letting my arms rest gently over Olivia's shoulders. She's leaning her head into my shoulder. In response, a low coo escaping from her mouth. The skyline of Volcadera is painted in an evening glow as we relax to the low rumbling of asphalt on rubber. Christmas lights dance and flicker across the faces of buildings, turning what would normally be a bland color palette into something much more vibrant. The whole ride there, we share drinks and stories of the past semester. It's like the party's already started. I've heard they got a big-name disc jockey this year. I can't wait to dance. I'm dying to check out the buffet they've been posting about on the school site. I didn't know you checked that. Special occasion. They got everything tonight, man. You name it. Burgers, pasta, steak, tacos, cakes, even some of those yummy leaves for Liz. I'm glad you thought of me. I'll be gunning for the buffet room first thing. You guys will be joining us for dinner, right? Well, maybe, but first, I want to get this painting on display as soon as possible. Thanks for helping me do this, Inko. A smile and I squeeze Olivia's hands. She squeezes back. Dude, oh my god. Okay. The shining moment finally comes as our limousine pulls into the open carport in front of the venue, drawing the attention of the crowd. We wait for another minute or so in anticipation before the passenger door opens wide. Taking initiative, I step out into the open as the driver sets up the wheelchair with a flourish. Our ride makes a great set piece, and naturally draws the attention of everyone nearby as I ease Olivia into her chair gently. Whoa, is that Inko and Olivia? Her dress looks amazing! Man, comes in a whole-ass limo and I get here in my beat-up wagon. Olivia's smiling nervously while she carefully removes the painting from the backseat. I forget sometimes not everyone is so acclimated to this sort of attention. Have a good evening, sirs and madams. I thank the driver before we make our way to the entrance. A decorative red carpet stretches from the driveway and right into the venue, giving our walk inside a sense of glamour. We approach a sign-in table where the sizable line of our other partygoers looks our way. Figures. Oh, I'm an organizer with the painting for the memorial, you two sorta. What's that mean? It means we can just waltz right in. Sweet! Circumnavigating the line, we see a familiar blue dino handling the sign-in and looking exceptionally exhausted. Though he smiles as usual when he sees us, his shifting eyes and rapid finger tapping indicate otherwise. Ah, hey you guys. You made it, and in a limo. Gotta travel in style. I couldn't agree more. Ben then makes an eye contact with Olivia. And since it's nice to see you up and about again, Olivia. I mean, crap, I didn't mean like that. Hey, Ben. The tired teen double
Damn, up and about?
Wow,
poor
replied
taste.
to him at all. Damien takes a moment to scribble a bit on the clipboard Ben was holding. Alright, we're signing in. Come on, Liz. Oh, dear. Be seeing you guys. Whoa! Ben Ben clears his throat as though to dislodge the shock clogging his airway from Olivia speaking to him for once. How have you been? Olivia scans him over briefly. I'm holding together, okay? I feel like making this has really helped. Would have liked for Mr. Latigan to see this, but her snout motions down to the frame she's clutching tightly to. A heavy breath escapes Ben as his shoulders sag. Yeah, He sucks back that breath, squaring his shoulders. I'm sure he's happy with it already, Olivia. My date looks down to her lap with eyes shut tight. But she has a soft smile and nods. Well, I gotta keep the line moving. Don't want to keep everyone waiting out in the cold. Right. Ben hands us the clipboard along with a pen. Olivia and I sign in, and I hand it back to Ben. Great, you're all set. Thanks, Ben. Of course, enjoy the night. I offer Ben a slight wave as Olivia and I continue forward. The memorial room is probably in one of the side halls. They should have given us a map. It wouldn't be that hard to find. Olivia smirks as I take the head, letting her hold the covered art piece closely. Oh, fuck. Alright, let's see. Just as I predicted, the memorial room isn't hard to find. It's a smaller room, well lit, and with little furniture. On the far end, a framed picture of Latigan and some of his old pictures from his classroom. Some from him, some from his students. There's a few other students here paying their respects. Olivia taps my wrist with her tail, and I let go. I walk alongside her as we approach the portrait. I wonder when this was taken. It can't have been that long ago. He looks just like he did earlier this year. Olivia slowly rolls up to the memorial, still clutching the covered art piece. Is there an easel around here or something? I was told there'd be one. Oh, there's an adjustable hanger on the wall with bits to attach the painting, hanging in a little baggie. Wow, they thought of everything. Yeah. Can you put the hangers on? I'll hold it steady. Sure. I get the baggie, and Olivia stands the painting on her legs. Alright, take the covering off gently. Olivia watches carefully as I lift the cover from this angle. I can't make anything out, other than the same blues and purples. She breathes a sigh of relief when she sees nothing got damaged on the trip over. Okay, I fasten the hangers to the back of the wooden structure. I hope it's good enough. It will be. Done. Olivia gently raises the painting, carefully hanging it up on the wall, like it could come off at any second. Finally, we both back away, and the finished painting is revealed to me. My hand clasps Olivia's shoulder on support. Olivia's head turns down towards the floor with a few moments before a smile curls on her face. Finally, I can appraise the painting fully. Dude. It's definitely the fountain. As well as the park we found it at. But its colors are brilliant, exuding a heat to it with warmer colors than Olivia has used in the past. Where her previous works always had like a dreamlike quality to them, this one brings the warmth of the sun to mind, as if you were basking under the sunlight during the summer. Well, do you like it? Do you? I do. I'm proud of it. I was going to say something about how my opinion wouldn't matter if you did, but that's a better answer. I'm also proud of it. It's beautiful. You knocked it completely out of the park. I think we did. We? Yeah, without you, I really don't know if I could have finished it. Silver gray irises turn from the new painting and focus entirely on the portrait at the center of the display. While the sounds of the dancers still in the background, the pervading silence within the room overshadows it. Olivia's gloved hands covers mine, still on her shoulder. Standing before our teacher's mural, I bow my head and offer him my quiet thoughts. Thanking him for teaching me. For being more than just a teacher, but a friend. And for looking after the girl I fell in love with. When my eyes open, I see that Olivia's head is still bowed forward. A singular droplet seeps from the corner of her eye. I gently wipe it away with my thumb before it can possibly drip down onto her dress. She smiles in gratitude after, and her eyes reopen. Olivia? I'm okay, Inko. Automatically following her as she spins her chair around, Olivia faces towards the doors. Come on, we gotta get to the buffet. Why? I'm sure they'll have enough. Damien's gonna steal all the good stuff, duh. Oh my god, I got a tear forming from that one, bro. Oh.
I can tell.
Okay, she turns a wry smile my way and she speeds up her wheeling. I doubt Damien could, but I can imagine him trying. Olivia becomes a veritable pillow, caring for the other partygoers as she leads us to the buffet. It's not too far, and thankfully, no one ended up actually being run down by her. And for all those sour looks that she was receiving, Olivia didn't care. Her attention was focused solely on what lay before her. The cafeteria isn't far away. Tables line the area, some for seating and others containing nothing but food. It smells so good. I've already grabbed a pair of trays from nearby, along with 2 sets of utensils. Olivia motions to take her seat, but I shake my head. Let me handle the food. Why? So you can actually move. You'd be putting your dress at risk trying to hold the tray and keeping up the line. With a roll of her eyes and a sigh, Olivia's hands drop back into her armrest. Fine. Olivia drew herself just outside the line, scoping out the particular dishes that she wanted. By the time I got to the end, Olivia's tray was covered with heaps of grilled meat. I decided on a more eclectic sampling of dishes. I went to savor my meal as opposed to Olivia's plan to devour hers. She holds our meals while I push her ahead to hunt down a table. Thankfully, the search is short as a particular red hand waves us over near in the distance. Once we get situated at the table, Damien greets us with a sauce-stained grin, while Liz nursing all the tall glasses of ice water beside him. The two looked happy, yet exhausted. Having fun? You know it, just stop for seconds. Busting a move ain't easy. Seconds? Already? I told you if we got here any later, the cafeteria would be closed. I'm not even going to question how you eat so much and still move around the way you do on the dance floor. It's all it's all in the method. Oh, please. Did you plan on hitting the floor? Absolutely. I'm getting a dance tonight out of this guy. You say that as if I'd consider turning you down. Damien's eyes closed for a moment in thought. I feel like I'm forgetting. Oh, your painting. Did it get set up okay? Yeah, I hung it over the memorial room. You can see it now. Really? Hold on. It looked really good. Thanks. All words finally said, Olivia and I start on our meals. While I savor the tender meat of my steak, a deep vibrato reverberates in my ribcage. I see you're all enjoying the evening. We all turn to see Liz's uncle approaching. Damien smiles and waves, but I notice how he scoots his chair away from Liz. The older man finally reaches us and pulls up a chair to sit down. Yeah, Damien's been so sweet, Uncle Mike. The mush-droid wails, nods, smiling at Liz's date. Yeah, totally. Just nothing but fun, Mr. Ferris, sir. It's the first time I've heard a fake laugh from Damien. I didn't know you'd be chaperoning, Mr. Ferris. Well, of course, I would be. After all, it's my darling niece's first proper date. I'm starting to feel bad for Damien as I watch him sink lower into the seat. Though Liz does come to his rescue. Uncle Mike! The older man laughs as he fends off his niece's attempt to headbutt him with his massive hands. I'm not being serious, Elizabeth. Mind your head. Liz relents in scooting herself right next to her date and wrapping him in a hug. Damien sputters and looks between the two family members. Ah, by the way, Olivia. I just visited the memorial with Miss Gaylor, and we saw your latest piece. Olivia pauses on her last bite of Mallard. It's quite the work, Miss Alford. Olivia's tail reaches up and giddily shakes my hand around. Thank you, Mr. Ferris. In fact, when your principal saw it, she immediately wanted to showcase it in St. Hammond's Gala. Specifically where the Dreamscape once was. Oh! It's your painting, so it's up to you. I figured I'd come let you know before you try to take it later tonight. Olivia ponders it while her fork spears at a particularly slippery piece of greasy bird. I don't mind, but I'd like to take it with me when I graduate. Mr. Ferris nods, taking a small notebook from his pocket and writing some notes into it. Of course, Olivia. How's the brisket? I may sprint for some when I get around to dinner. Try the roast duck.
Oh my god, that reminds me. I had some really good barbecue the other day with the brisket. Oh my god, it was so good.
True. Meat is just really good.
See, you are gay.
I think I will. Have a wonderful night, everyone. He starts to turn, but stops and looks at Damien, and stares. Damien nods his way, and with that, Mr. Ferris leaves us to our meals. I'm by no means fast either, but I managed to finish my own meal before Olivia finishes hers. I lean back in my chair, stretching my arms back. Across the ballroom, I see Ben heading behind the curtain on stage. Say, that reminds me. Hey, Olivia. Finish what's in your mouth. What? Has Ben talked with you recently? No, when we saw him earlier was the first time I talked to him in years. Weird. What's so weird about it? He told me weeks ago he wanted to apologize to you for everything, and I said he should tell you himself in person. He said he would, and it hasn't happened. Maybe he forgot. He has been very busy lately. Well, I got some time, right? We got some time, right? Why not go say hi? Olivia finishes off her last rib on her plate, gnawing at it as she calculates this decision internally. Alright, I guess. If you think it's a good idea. You guys go ahead. I'm about ready to get back to breaking it down. How about you, Liz? Don't want to tire you. Yeah, I can speak. Don't want to tire you out. Oh, I can go for a bit longer. Yeah. I'm here to party all night anyway. I collect our plates and quickly walk them down to the collection spot for them. Olivia's moved to the side, freeing the table for another group to take it. Taking the chair's handlebars, I take us around the dance floor. We can clearly see Liz as we pass it, though Damien is hidden by the press of bodies. Her face and neck are all once again scarlet. Jeez, I wonder what Damien is doing to elicit that kind of look from her. Once we pass the crowd
I'm
area,
hearing this music like in the background, and I just can't help but have PTSD and like just pray that everything goes well.
Everything will be great. Nothing bad will happen. Alright. Once we pass the crowded area of the room, I see a solitary set of double doors at the stage side. That must lead to the backstage area then. You should be back there. Only one way to find out though. Olivia's hands grasp the door handle and I draw her chair back to open it. Reaching over her, I keep the doors open so she can wheel herself in, following right after her. Inside the backstage area is a lot quieter. Despite the DJ blasting music just a few yards away, these curtains must be really thick. Well, and the speakers aren't facing us anymore either. A few lights are on so the staff can see, although barely anyone around us at the moment. Across the way, sitting on a crate and swirling a glass of soda to himself is Ben. He doesn't notice our approach and jumps a little when he sees the two of us. What are you two do back here? This place is off limits. Olivia and I wanted to say hi, check in on you. Okay, hey. This place is off limits right now.
Come in.
I'm on the only break I'll get tonight. You said you and Olivia wanted to see me? I don't want to hold a grudge anymore. What? He puts his cup down, suddenly more attentive. That's surprising. I told her about our conversation from a month ago. He said you never wanted to see her, so I got curious. Oh, yeah, I did say I would do, didn't I? Sorry, I forgot. I've been busy. Alright, let me gather my thoughts. Ben runs his hands through his hair, thinking of how to string his words together. Olivia, I'm sorry about all those years ago. I thought I was doing something to help you out. Instead, it pushed us apart and hurt you. Made you doubt yourself, made you feel cornered so you felt you had no choice but to shut everyone else out. I didn't know it would affect you that much. And I've been regretting it for years. I'm sorry. Beyond the muffled beats of music playing just beyond the curtain, a silence hangs in the air. Thanks, Ben. It means a lot to hear that from you. I still want to ask, why? Why? Why did you do that to begin with? Ben flinches and looks aside in hesitation. I felt bad for you. Wanted to do something nice. No ands. That's it. Dang. Sorry if it's yes, if the answer isn't satisfying. It's fine. I'm not sure what I was expecting either way. I just know that it's all well in the past. Time to forget about all that. So, we can be friends again? I'd like to take one step at a time. Okay. Maybe sometime in the future. It's a lot to process, even this conversation happening for me. I get you. I thought we'd never be able just to talk it out like this. Yeah. I hear the steady march of heels approaching. Okay, ooh, okay. I get worried for a second that it's staff here to kick
Is
us
this new?
out, but it's just Mia. Oh, this whole thing is new. I've never seen any of this.
Okay.
There you are. Good lord, Ben, I've been looking everywhere for you. You've just been lazing here the whole time? I'm out there looking for a chump with no date. I told you already, if you want your... Oh, you too. Mia? You're not still mad about that, Oh, of course not. Don't be stupid. As far as we're concerned, it's water under the bridge. So, how you been? Making any new pictures lately, Olivia? I just finished a new one. It's hanging in the memorial room. I saw it. Looks good. Hey, how come mine didn't look like that? I'm joking. I haven't gotten a chance, unfortunately. Oh, it's great. I can hardly put words into it. It's a piece by Olivia. That goes without saying. An odd of air calmness settles on us as we just stand here on the low lighting of the backstage area. Yeah, this is weird, but you know, I'm not gonna... Yeah, it's good. Even Mia seems to have fallen into its grasp as she leans against the box Ben is sitting on nonchalantly. Well, only one semester left. Yep. And then we're all out into the real world. So we're all cool with each other. Sure. Stay out of my way and I'll stay out of yours.
Sure.
Deal? Deal. Great. Then we can cross that finish line without incident. You want to graduate without any more antagonism? That's what I've always wanted. Just other crap makes it the only option. I don't get it. I don't expect you to. Ben chugs his last of his drink. Well, this was nice, truly. Yeah, alright, we should get going. Right, Olivia? You guys enjoy your night. Thanks. Be seeing you guys. See you, Ben. Ciao. That went way better! Whew, okay. No incident. No incident has happened. Nothing bad at all.
So far.
Shut up. I push Olivia out of the backstage area and into the bright, loud ballroom again. That went pretty good. Honestly, I still, for obvious reasons, dislike that any of my friends are around Mia. But what can you do? That's just how life is. I've got the people I've got, and that's what matters. My chain of thought is broken by Olivia's tail tugging hard on my wrist. What? Olivia? You okay? She doesn't respond verbally, simply pointing to where her shocked wide eyes are staring. Following her gaze, I see... Is that Mr. Ferris? Couldn't be. But then again, he's the only whale in attendance. Am I seeing things? Nope. I can't turn my eyes away to see Damien and Liz. Mr. Ferris is busting it down. Extremely hard.
Busting it down.
Genuinely worried for the dance floor hard. How's that even possible? Uncle Mike's actually an avid dancer. There's avid dancer, and then there's bringing that amount of heat to the floor. Did he always know how to... That? No, actually, this is the first time I've seen him dance like this. The crowd around Mr. Ferris has finally broken their silence, cheering him on as he thrashes the dance floor like crazy. Ah, I see now. Mr. Ferris finally got some swag. I can't help but feel some pride as I watch the older gentleman spin with reckless abandon on his head. The reckless... abandon on his head. Oh, I guess he's... Oh! Mr. Ferris pants and takes a knee, showing off his freaky whale teeth with his gasping smile. Whew, that was exhilarating. Liz's head vanishes for a split second, but turns with a full pitcher of water. He accepts the picture, drinking a green...
The head disappears. She used her head to grind instead of moving. That is awesome.
The picture, drinking it greedily from it like it was just a mug. Oh, thank you, sweetie. That was awesome.
As if it was just a mug.
Gladly, though not anytime soon. He practically collapses onto the chair beside us, sipping from the picture some more. Why don't you all take my spot? I had a sizable opening on the dance floor after all. So he did. Our peers are still in the middle of uploading their phone recordings of Mr. Ferris, and the music is still pumping. Once I start wheeling Olivia to the floor, her shock vanishes completely, and switches to an excitement. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Damien and Liz aren't too far behind, and soon enough, we're among the throng of seniors dancing to the fast pulse of the music. I feel myself completely captured by it, most of my limbs flowing with the rhythm. Though I keep one arm on Olivia's chair, causing her to also fall into my rhythm, we dance together like that, Olivia's arms and tail moving together with the swaying of her wheelchair while I dance alongside her. Song after song, that's the only measure of time I have left, as all I care to do is move beside Olivia, sharing her overwhelming cheer as she moves beside me. At a certain point, my throat was too dry to ignore. Olivia caught me rubbing my throat and decided it was a good time to break her soda. So we're sat on the outskirts of the dance floor, resting against each other and catching our breath. So, good night so far? Yes, absolutely. Probably one of the best in my life. Wow. Of her life? My thoughts go back to her parties I'd gone to. There'd been dancing and talking and lots of people, but when I compare tonight to all those small house parties, too much? No, actually, I think you're right. This has been the best nights of my life, too. I've gotten to do just about everything I was hoping. Everything? My chin rests atop her hair, the sweet scent of her shampoo concentrated in her tiny hair bone, further relaxing me. Olivia's hand clings to me tightly, and I reciprocate. You? Almost, there's just one thing. Oh! The pop music dies down and the lights start to dim, signaling the start of the slow dancing. After that, the party's going to be over. I feel her head turn, her bun pushing my cheeks and making me pull away. Olivia looks wistfully toward the dance floor, where the crowd is disheveled into the couple swaying gently to and fro. She clearly is thinking about something. Something, right? I stand up and face her, taking both her hands. Olivia? Would you like to dance? Yes. Yes, please. That would be perfect. Olivia practically jumps back into her wheelchair from the seat. Come on, they're only playing a few of these sappy tracks. Her tail drags me by the arm to an open spot on the floor. Alright, how are we gonna do this? A hum of mirth slips through Olivia's smile as she takes my hand into her own and takes the lead of our dance. My date sways side to side within her wheelchair, slowly falling into the gentle rhythm of romantic music. Her grin grows wider as I match her pace, stepping left and right in tandem with Olivia. Her beautiful silver eyes are almost hypnotic as I find myself lost in them. I feel as though I could linger in this moment for the rest of my life. It's Olivia's voice that dispels the trance she had over me. So, for the briefest of moments I hear the worry in her tone. This is good, right? I present her with my most reassuring look. Absolutely, Olivia. Olivia's eyes turn downward. Yeah, but there's still hesitance in her voice. My fingers squeeze lightly to draw her eyes back to me. Olivia, what's wrong? I've been practicing just for this. Yeah? Yeah, because I've been thinking about it a whole lot, too. It's been bothering me that we can't really dance, you know? This is perfectly fine, though, Olivia. I mean, I want this to be the best it can be without letting any dumb condition get in the way. And you do too, right? Except I don't mind one bit. We can't dance like everyone else, so what? We're still dancing. Olivia smiles, though it carries a hint of mischief. Trust me, alright? I want to show you something. She breaks away from my embrace. Huh, what? Just keep your eyes on me, Inko. That was great. I love that. Oh my god. I'm exhausted. I'm thrilled. And I love her. She really went so far just for me. No, just for us. I'm thankful that I have these glasses. I feel pricked of tears at the corners of my eyes. The final song ends and the light brightens once more. The crowd around us shifts. Some people are leaving, probably to go home now, but others take their place, looking towards the stage for whatever ending ceremony there might be. Ben approaches the mic stand on stage, leaning into the microphone after making sure it's turned on. Good evening, everyone, and thank you all for coming to tonight's annual St. Hammond's Winter Formal. And a huge thanks to our student council team for putting this whole thing together. I hope everyone here made some memories they'll treasure forever. With that last dance, our time here is up, and you're all free to go. Good night, stay safe, and enjoy your winter break. We'll be seeing you all next year. He waves once more to return backstage. Some students start milling out towards the doors to their cars. Damien and Liz find us through the crowd. Hey, that was amazing out there. Thanks. You guys ready to bail? Yeah, the limo's out. Limo's out the front still. We got him until midnight. Heck, we can even stop somewhere too if we wanted. Oh snap! Like ice cream? In this weather? In any weather. Olivia? I'm steaming hot. I actually would like a root beer float. Sounds like a plan.
Oh, root beer floats are my favorite.
Olivia Tails trembles from her overexertion, but she still snakes around my wrist as always. She huddles to herself as we leave behind the Grand Con Center and out into the freezing air of the city. True to my word, the limo awaits just outside down the walkway. The driver gets out on seeing us and goes up to open the door for us. Damien and Liz hop in, sighing in relief at the heated seating. I start helping Olivia in. Just like her tail, her legs are quaking from exhaustion as I help her make the jump from the chair to the seat.
Yeah, I'm sure her tail is exhausted.
We're all collapsed on cozy seats, and euphoria from the dance is finally wearing off and leaving us with just exertions of it. It's a pleasant soreness, though, as Olivia rests against me with a yawn and a tired smile. And Damien hands the last bottles of his blissfully cool soda, which we nurse slowly. And now, all that awaits is a calm evening with my friends. Once more, my head lays atop Olivia's, feeling her soft hair tickling my cheek pleasantly. She nuzzles back against me, her eyes slowly closing. Tonight was definitely the best night of my life. Wait, wasn't I supposed to give a speech?
Oh.
What? I swear there was supposed to be a speech, speeches for Latigan. Dylan was gonna do one. I had something ready. Oh yeah, what gives? We tried to argue for the extra time with the venue owners for it, but they wouldn't budge, so we just had to cut the rest of the formal short. I checked my phone, 9:53. Is something up? Maybe, but we all got dismissed anyway. You guys can go check it out if you want. I'll chill here. Should we? Olivia looks back at the entrance. Some people are still leaving, but I can see that most are still inside, probably waiting for their ride since the formal ended so early. Yeah, I'm curious. Alright. Hey, don't start driving yet. Sorry, we're gonna be a little while. Forgot something. Of course. We'll be right here. Thanks. Okay, so Olivia and I get back into the chair, and I push her back through the cold into the con center. Inside, my classmates are standing awkwardly around, calling their folks. I guess we'll have to find Ben again. Alright, backstage? Maybe, let's check. As we pass through the crowd, the principal takes the stage. The mic isn't turned on. She annoyingly gestures to have it turned on and tries again. Excuse us, we're having some technical difficulties at the moment. We should have one final event tonight. Our apologies for the confusion. Please wait while we get things organized. She definitely annoyed at something. Something's up. When nobody's looking, we slid back into the staff-only door. Now, where would Ben be? He's not back in the main stage area. There's a few other workers walking around, dragging the dining room chairs into neat stacks. They don't pay us in mind, however. Best not to push our luck and ask them where Ben is. Maybe he's left already. Doesn't sound like him. Yeah, well, where is he? Where else? There's a number of storage rooms, but no dice either. Just as we're about to give up, Olivia points out to one last door in the back. It's like the memorial room, only far in the back. There's a few tables and fridge. Ah, this must be the lounge. And it's occupied already. Thankfully, we found Ben. Though it seemed like he'd been accosted by Mia. It doesn't seem like she's noticed us as she looms over Ben. This is unbelievable. I really don't ask much of you. Could you, at the bare minimum, not be a jumpy spaz in front of my friends? I'm sorry. You better be. Tonight was important and you nearly ruined it. Mia, I'm sorry. I've been trying my best. You know I can't help it. Listen, I've been good like you wanted. Just please, I need my... Mia holds the finger to Ben's mouth. She jerks her head our way to direct a silent threat of violence at us. People are listening. What are you two retards doing? Eavesdropping like that? Crap. Hey, Mia, we're looking for Ben. Oh my god, why? Clearly it's not a good time. In fact, you picked a very bad one. Show's over. Scram. Go home. I was saying, Mia, please, I need... Shush. How much longer are you holding it? You promised. I said hush. I'm serious. Holding? What are you keeping from him? I waited like you wanted. You said you would. Alright, you know what? We should talk about this on the way home. Come on now. Mia, it's over. It's been a whole month. I'm sorry. I didn't listen to you. Please, I feel... Shut up already. What did you do, Ben? Nothing that concerns you, Willie Ben. Now, come on, Ben. He huddles him by her chest and starts walking out the door. Naturally, we follow. Oh my god, I'm going to kill both of you. I thought we agreed to stay out of each other's way, You want a kick to the face? You said Ben would regret not throwing Olivia under the bus and I under the bus. Fuck off. Ben, are you okay? Do you need to get security? You are not doing it. You're not doing that if you know what's good for you. She quickens her pace, stomping across the floor while Ben is struggling to keep up. We're about halfway across the backstage. No, Olivia, no, don't do that. I just need something she promised. Everything's okay. Dude, you look like you're about to have a heart attack. I'm fine, I just need the... Ben, you shouldn't be talking right now. We're going home and we can talk about it then. Ben can't keep up with Mia and trips. Fucking idiot, get up! Yeah, we should get security. Like hell you are, fuck, I'm surrounded by idiots. Mia, I can't wait any longer, just please, I need it to be normal. Shut up, you fucking idiot. Oh shit. My thoughts exactly. Oh! Okay. Ben lies still on the floor. Mia's fist is frozen where it made contact. She pulls it back and stares between it and us. She knows it was a mistake. Her low impulse control finally got the better of her. Oh. Ben shudders on the ground. His glasses lie snapped in two parts as he fruitlessly tries to stick them together like jigsaw pieces. Ben, are you alright? You know I didn't mean that, okay? My glasses. Let's get you out of here. Nobody can see you like this, right? No one. You two. If you ever tell people what you saw here, I will personally... Ben! Scalar opens the curtains right where we're sat, lit up by a spotlight aimed at the spot. Goodness gracious, I've been looking everywhere for you. Where have you been? Did you forget about the memorial? Miss Scalar, No excuses. Get out here. Scalar grabs Ben by the shoulder and yanks him through the curtain. Alright, now we can get... There's a still sizable crowd, and Emerald's clear out in the dead silence as everyone gawks. Fuck. Scalar jerks her head back to the gap in the curtains and rips it wide open. We're exposed to the bright stage lights, and Scalar rips her gaze between Olivia, myself, and the broken glasses, and then the person trying to hide them. Mia. She's caught like a deer in headlights. Ben's fresh wound is bleeding bright red. It drips to the floor below. When he whimpers in pain, Miss Scalar finally looks back to him and fully takes in his condition. The droplet spattering is defeating. The audience eyes are on Mia. Mia, are you mad? Benjamin, you stay here. I'll get you some help, okay? He simply whimpers more as our principal practically leaps off the stage to search out for someone. 1,000 calculations run through her, judging by the worsening drained expression. None of them are good. There's murmurs in the crowd. Our peers talking amongst one another, pointing and questioning. Slowly, the low din of the words grow louder, voices raising as their words are turned towards the stage. He okay? There's blood. What did she... Of course she did that. Is her problem? What's her problem? Finally, the questions turns to accusations, all directed at the Red Dino girl. So cruel. Uncalled for. A total bitch. Fucking abusive. That word clicks with her and she just starts to move. Ben, I can't. I can't do this anymore. She starts yelling. Loud enough it carries to the end of the room. What? I can't take this abuse anymore. Just look at me. You made me like this. All those years, making me put up this act, doing your dirty work, harassing all the students you don't want me to deal with. Okay, this fucking bitch. Do you think I want to hurt people? I thought you loved me. I don't want to do your dirty work. I can't do it. All of this because you can't have people knowing about your condition. Mia, no, please. Mia yanks out an orange bottle from her purse. The rest of the color drains from Ben's face. He falls onto his knees. Mia, please. You're a fucking psycho. I don't want these anymore. You're a liar, and you've ruined my life enough. She throws the bottle at the floor. The contents within scatter 100 directions all across the floor. Ben doubles over, covering his mouth. Now everyone else knows. Mia has tears streaming down her face. She starts towards the exit. Ben's on antipsychotics? No way, it's a bunch of bull. Then what are the pills? The bottles roll over to me. I don't know why, but I pick it up. I can't pronounce what it's supposed to be inside, but I can read Ben's names printed clearly on the label. They're antipsychotics. So that's it. That's horrible. Ben had betrayed her when he didn't do her bidding. She had to tighten his leash by keeping it from him, to remind him who's in charge and keep him from making the same mistake again. Mia, I love you. Don't go. Get away from me, you freak. I'll do anything. He reaches out for her. Mia! Mia ignores him. The floor vibrates from the unmistakable sound of Ferris's lumbering over. In spite of his size, the massive older man cuts Mia off. Fuck. I believe we need to have a talk, Miss Moretti. He reaches out to take her by the shoulder. But she ducks low, his grasp barely grazing her as she bolts past him and shoulders back to the backstage door open. And just like that, she's gone. Scalar returns to the stage with a first aid box in hand. She retakes the mic, her troubled words trembling freely. I'm terribly sorry about all that. We had planned to have some eulogies in honor of Mr. Latigan, but... Scalar's pretty deflated after all the commotion. And Ben... Where's Ben? Olivia tugs at my arm. She points off to the side where Ben is sulking off into the hallway. Halford? Looks like you're the only one left. Would you like to say a thing or two? It's fine if you don't. Olivia looks to me. Her eyes are filled with determination, sending me a silent signal. Of course, Miss Scalar. I'll speak on behalf of Ben, too. Olivia looks pointedly at me, waving me off to go after Ben. Nodding, I take the medic box from our principal and follow after our injured friend before he, too, can escape from view. Hello, everyone. I'm going to say a few things about our old art teacher, Mr. Latigan. Walking after him, Olivia's words filled the now quiet hall. Mr. Latigan was more than an excellent instructor. I always saw him as a father figure of sorts, wanting to do right by me and by the rest of his students. I recall a time I spent with him, teaching me everything he knew, doing his best to guide me, not only as an artist, but as a person too. I had gotten so caught up in my own worries that I couldn't see all the wonderful things around me. Stuck with stupid walls I had erected, made from pity and self-loathing. And he had been the one to help me break free from those walls. He helped me to become a better person because he believed in me just like he believed in all his students. Mr. Latigan believed in the best of people, and I finally realized what Mr. Latigan's life work was. Not any painting, photo, or sculpture. It was us, his students, helping us to become better people. Mr. Latigan, thank you. You were a wonderful teacher. Ben sits on the ground in front of the memorial. He's not crying, but he's unresponsive. He's in shock, I guess. I would be too. This has to be one of the worst case scenarios. Hey. I set the first aid kit on the floor by him and sit as well. It goes unopened, Ben just stares up at the painting on the wall. This is hers? Yeah. It's good. Oh, hang on. I fish out the bottle from my pockets. The few remaining pills clatter in it as I pass it over. He takes it and stares at the contents before just downing the last dose. So, I'm not going to talk about this, Inko. Alright. With respect to Ben's wishes, I stay silent, and Mr. Latican smiles down at us from his picture. She's been able to do something like this. Meanwhile, I'm just running around making things worse for myself. I look to the ignored first aid kit. He follows my glances and grimaces. Does it hurt? It feels better than what's inside. I'm probably only talking now because of the adrenaline. I don't feel like crying anymore. I just feel empty or like throwing up. Now everyone knows. I tried, you know. All the social classes, all the times I forced myself to be a social person. I have noticed how well you get along with everyone. I did everything right, and now it's all for nothing. I don't think they'll care. Will they? Tell me, do you see me the same way after hearing the word psycho? Neither does anyone else. It's just natural. It can't be the mildest thing in the world, but the label doesn't discriminate. Even with all the good impressions I've made over the years. I'm a threat. I may as well just drop out and finish high school online. You're my friend still. And you're Olivia's friend. Am I? Given time, we just sit a while staring at the painting. You know little Truden? I took Olivia there. She loved the place. She got herself some fancy Asian paints for this. He nods. Earlier, I told her that there wasn't any big reason I did what I did. That was a lie. You look at her and instantly know her whole deal. For better or for worse, she can't hide what's wrong with her. But someone like me, you had to be told. That means so long as she can hide it, I'm normal. If I ever seek help, it just outs me. That hurt. So seeing her actively refuse it, take it for granted, one thing just led to another. It was stupid. That's just how feelings are, Ben. I notice my friend is looking less tense now. About Mia. I don't want to talk about Mia. She's gone. She was always telling me when she graduated she'd get out of this dump. I was hoping she wouldn't, hoping maybe she'd take me with her. How do you know she's gone? She's booking it across state lines as we speak. See? Ben shows the lock screen of his phone. The most recent message is from Mia. Mia, sorry, I'm going. He sighs. 4 years. I loved her. He plays with the broken halves of his glasses he picked up. He said he didn't want to talk about it. I won't pry. So we just sit. Latican's warm smile seems a bit brighter from his frame on the wall. I wonder if he would be happy with how everything turned out. I think he would. It was long and painful, but we finally made it. Became the people we aspired to be. Everything that's happened led up to here, whether through resolving old grudges or finally escaping a horrible situation. Things were changing. Once we leave the room, our new life starts. But for now, we can just wait in transit just a bit. Ben's like me in a lot of ways. I remember seeing him earlier this year, effortlessly turning social disasters into favor. But I struggled to do anything without someone's approval or attention. Looks like he couldn't either, and Mia used that against him. Could I have ended up like that? After so long, I get a message. Still in there? Yeah. Ben notices I'm wanted. I'm not keeping you here. You can go. You're going to be alright? Well, my ride home is gone. I'll need to call my family. I meant with everything else. I don't know. Probably not. I'll probably finish processing all this soon enough. But thanks. For talking with me. There's space with us. We can take you back. I stand up slowly. When Ben doesn't, I hold my hand out to him. I roll my eyes and smile. Ben, I'm offering you help. He stares at my palm as though I'd put it away for any second. Ben's hand shakes as he holds it up towards me, but he doesn't even attempt to grab my hand. So I grab his wrist and pull. Once more, Ben is off his feet now. Thankfully, more steady than when he walked here. Alright, man, let's get you home. He nods and follows me after. Though, just before I exit the room, I look back one last time at our teacher. Mr. Latican, thank you for everything you've done. We exit the room and walk towards Olivia, who is waiting by the entrance of the convention center. The rest of the place is in full cleanup mode. All the lights are on and staff are lugging around the decorations to be stored away. When we reach her, I automatically take her handlebars and push her out of the building. Her head turns to Ben, eyes inspecting him thoroughly. How are you feeling, Ben? His mouth moves to speak but stops. He shakes his head but keeps following. So, what flavor? Pardon? Flavor of ice cream. I told everyone we're gonna get some on the way back. I think I'll get some sea salted caramel. Olivia sticks her tongue out in disgust. Why would you ruin ice cream like that? Hey, don't knock it till you try it. Fine, I'll try it and then ask again. How about you, Ben? You know sea salt caramel is great, right? We finally reached the limo and our driver moves to open the door for us. I don't know, I've never had it. I motioned for Ben to get in before us. As he does, Damien greets him like his usual enthusiastic self. Once more, I help Olivia out into the limo. The driver storing her seat in the trunk, and finally lay myself in a luxurious seat. We can go right to your place and drop you out, or if you'd rather, Ben. He looks out the window back at the con center. You're totally fine to roll with us for the night, man. Alright, I appreciate it. Our limo slowly veers away from the convention center and starts heading back towards the city. Olivia's head leans on my shoulder. Her content bellowing reverberates through my chest, all the way up until we're at the ice cream drive-thru. In the end, all the options were picked. Ben and Liz got some cones of frozen yogurt, while Damien chose his entire gallon of chocolate for himself. And Olivia got herself a big old root beer float and sampled my cone of sea salt caramel. And while she acted like the icy delight had personally insulted her, I saw my girlfriend gaze longingly at the tub of it in the shop's standing cooler. Our night continued for a while longer. The driver was more than happy to indulge us after a generous tip at the ice cream shop. We were driven around aimlessly, enjoying our ice cream and simply talking the night away about our winter break plans. As our curfew draws near, Ben was the first to be dropped off. We said our goodbyes to him, and he smiled and waved from his porch until we could no longer see him. The walls between him and Olivia seem to be finally coming down. I'm hopeful that they will come around to each other. Our next and final stop was my house. We were gonna make the most of it tonight as well, which meant enjoying the rest of these gallons with some good shows. Giving our thanks to the driver, we entered my home and made ourselves at home. Stuffy clothes are dished for comfortable pajamas, and we settled in my living room with the whole floor covered by air mattresses. Mrs. Next takes up the entire couch just so she can lay her chin on Damien's shoulder. They'd fallen asleep like that within the first hour of our anime marathon, leaving Olivia and I in peace to snuggle up together. Her purring bellow rattled my ribs, but in a pleasant sort of way. Kinda like a massage, which I need based on how worn out my muscles feel. I felt like I could just melt in her embrace right now. My eyelids grew heavy as my body felt blissfully at ease. But there was one thing I had to do before I fell asleep. Hey, Olivia. Her bellow subsides briefly. Yeah? I had a lot of fun tonight. Yeah, me too. She smiles at me, so soft and inviting. I give her a smile and a soft kiss, and she reciprocates with a similar kiss on my own grin. So I do the same again, as does she. Back and forth we went trying to kiss the smile off each other's lips. A war of smooches that I wanted to win, though my tiredness made it difficult. By the time my eyes refused to remain open, I admit my defeat gracefully. Love you, Liva. The purring continues, and I realize that Olivia's fallen asleep. Love you too. We drew close to each other one last time, embracing sleep like we embraced one another. Christmas Day. A tiny teeny holiday tune plays from the nearby radio as we work on the snow. Fresh white powdery ice crunches loudly underfoot, and all our knitted mittens work to pile and compact heaps of fresh white powder. Not only compact though, but sculpted. Vinny has a bright future ahead of him as if he works studiously on his Christmas monuments. The loud chatter of teeth drawing near must be Damien. He must be done collecting the sticks we need. Taking a step back, I look over the 5 different piles of snow we gathered from the yard. Vinny, got the arms here. Sweet, I need some twigs so I can make the mouths just right too. The younger boy finally stands and marches through the now muddy grass of the yard. Bro, Inky, you two start on the bodies. I'll make the heads. Damien salutes his brother's orders, and we all just start on finishing Vinny's project before it gets too cold. While I'm fine with my new mittens and scarf, the brothers are nearly freezing themselves for Vinny's art, which at least motivates them to complete the 5 figures in time it'd take me to finish a single snowman. Originally, Vinny was begging me to make a snowman in his stead, but he got ahead of himself and ended up giving himself an artistic vision of a whole family of snow people modeled after the family. And I would have had to do it all myself, but Randy decided he had enough of all the yard-related tasks being delegated to me for this season. At least we have the promise of lunch. Livia's hard at work in the kitchen. Now that I've made a few snowmen in my day, but it never snowed dinos. Tails are easy enough. What's not easy is the beaks. As powerful as the Christmas magic is, it's no match for basic physics. Damien tries making a very tall one to resemble Liz. It ends up crumpling under its own weight and falling over in his face. After so long, I actually do manage to get the snoots right. It's just a matter of how you packed it together. And before long, there's a nice little group of snow dinos for each of the panes. Olivia's is special. It's sprawled out flat, like how she always lays in her bed. I see Olivia judging from the window. It's a playful glare that knows I'm right, but demands satisfaction from hazing. Hold on, it's not quite finished yet. Vinny quickly begins to form another frosty figure next to Snowliva. Soon enough, it begins taking a humanoid shape, though lacking any significant details. Inky, can I borrow your shades? Oh, sure thing. Handing in my shades, the little dino presses the hinges straight onto its head. There! Now it's everyone! Aww. I let out an ink circled, I'll let those ink circled keep those for now. Dead. I think it's about time I head back inside. I fear Damien's frills might break off if we stay out here any longer. I whip through the brothers towards the door, and they run ahead in search of warmth. For a moment, I consider adding some finer dinosaur-related detailing, but I don't want to keep Olivia waiting. I make my way inside, making sure to stamp the snow off my boots beforehand. By the time I see them, Damien and Vinny have already changed into dry clothes. The jackets they had worn, designer, made and thoroughly insulated for cold, hung heavily on the coat rack nearby. I knew they'd be good gifts, especially for Vinny. I'll remind them how to clean the jackets later. The brothers sit on the couch, wrapped down in blankets and sipping hot chocolate way too quickly. That was 30 seconds. How did you get that changed that fast? We were just trying to freeze to death as little as possible. It wasn't that bad. Says the Agrathord. That's not a slur, is it? In either case, I'd rather not get the couch on all wet. Get on the couch all wet, so I'll just have to stand for now. At the very least, Damien gestures to the thermos of hot chocolate and spare mug on the coffee table. After yanking off my new handmade mittens, I pour myself a cup and savor the heat as my fingers regain feeling. Soon enough, the familiar sound of rubber on hardwood signals Olivia's arrival. The first thing she notices is the 2 Payne brothers clumped together on the couch. You two looking like you're having fun. Yeah, did you see the snow guys we built? Made one that looks kind of like you. I saw. I'm flattered. And I just finished lunch. You hungry? I could smell it over since I entered. The smell of a well-seared meat and veggies. Ever since she came over to visit that one time, I've been dying to try her cooking again. Absolutely. I think I'll stay here for now. Damien, I'm offering you. Olivia motions me towards the kitchen, and I take one last sip of cocoa before joining her. She ladles me a bowl, explaining all the intricacies of the special way she learned to make this from Sophia. Though she never would tell me the secret Payne seasoning that she used to further enhance the taste of all of her cooking. I carefully set the bowls on a large tray and hand the tray to Olivia, who sets it carefully across her armrest. Our meal's set. Olivia's holder for food shakes the house to its foundation. Sophia and Randy meet us as we wheel Olivia into the living room, and they're looking as well rested from their afternoon nap. Oh, thank you, Olivia. Looks fantastic. Olivia smiles and sets the tray down on the coffee table so she can start passing the bowls out one by one. With a flick of his tail, Vinny turns on the television, already set to a sports channel and playing a hockey match. Randy takes a noisy slurp of the broth, licking his chops after. Tastes fantastic, too! So enjoy the stew so we can have a real Christmas treat. Real Christmas treats. When Olivia sees my confused look, she simply smiles and shakes her head. The rest of the Pains look excited, though, and start voraciously slurping down their stew. Following their example, I abandon my spoon and take up the bowl and start bringing it to my lips. Just the right mixture of salty and spicy, the veggies and meat and creamy broth going down so smoothly. As much as I want to savor my first sip, the others have already drank up most of their meal. So I too greedily slurp down my meal until I can set my empty bowl back down on the serving table tray in satisfaction. Ah, man, that really hit the spot, Liva. Looking around, Olivia isn't in the room anymore. Olivia? Give her a moment, Inko. She's just fetching some things. I can only guess the treats based on how Vinny's vibrating the entire couch with his excitement. Alright, wouldn't be a Christmas without these. These looking to be tray filled with some kind of oddly shaped chocolates. Olivia wheels herself right next to me, so I take the tray from her armrest. She smiles and gracefully tosses herself beside me on the couch. Looking out at the tray again, the trees look like bundles of sticks held together by this sugary coating. They're called haystacks, Inko. Try one, you'll love it. I pop one of these smaller bundles in my mouth, chewing the sweet and salty homemade candy. I pop one of the smaller bundles into my mouth, chewing on the sweet and salty homemade candy. Marshmallow, butterscotch, and chow mein noodles? I hold one of the uncovered sticks to inspect it. It's an older tradition, so I'm not surprised you didn't know it, Inko. I take a couple more and pass it to the tray to Damien. They're quite delicious. Olivia plucks one of the pieces from my hand and pops it into her mouth, crunching the candy to oblivion. Just like the stew, the tray of haystacks is devoured rapidly too. Ah. Randy sinks further into his recliner, drawing his wife into his lap with a surprised yelp from her. She shakes her head and settles beside him, looking over everyone else with a content smile. This is what the holidays are all about. Candy? Family, son. About being with the ones you love most, Vincent. The younger boy considers her words and comes to his own conclusion. Well, I love candy, so we should have more. He looks to Olivia and starts at his logic. I'll make more later, okay? Sweet. Knowing that there will be more Christmas candy, the young dino's eyes focus on the hockey game playing. On screen, the hockey puck is finally hit into the net. The shot is replayed a couple times from different angles, all while the professional commentators talk about the college teams. While they mainly focus on the players' game effort, the commentators also highlight the players' plans and degrees. Which reminds me of what's to come. Going back to school next week. But don't remind me. But it's the last semester before graduation. Then we're free to do whatever. College, jobs. Vinny will finally have a room all to himself. Oh, that's true. Once you guys go, it'll just be Vinny here to keep us company. All my kids are growing up. Don't worry, Ma. Way ahead of you. I'll fail all my classes just for you. Not if you know what's good for you. It'd be strange seeing this place quiet for once. It's been pretty lively this year. I'll have to enjoy it while it lasts. It's all 6 months before we even graduate, guys. Yeah, plus I don't have any real plans yet. School is probably going to bother us. School is probably going to be bothering us a whole lot about applying to colleges starting now. Wait, you have no plans at all? Olivia shrugs. I know what I want to do, obviously, but compared to Liz, she has the next decade of her life planned out, maybe more. Liz just goes above and beyond. As for me, I don't really know either. Maybe college, but I'm open to other options. Guess it's a good thing we got half a year still then. Yeah. Damien stands up with a sly grin, marching back into the tiny Christmas tree in the corner. All the gifts had been unwrapped, but some of the presents were still beneath it, awaiting the pains to make room in their house for them. He scoops up something and comes back to the couch. Ah, I see, it's a new retro console. I still can't wrap my head around the concept. Wouldn't you want a console from the latest generation? Yo, leave the future to the future. We still gotta try all the presents. First game dibs! I can't stop my smile spreading, even though I know Damien's only trying to change the subject. Someone nips at my shoulder. Hey, sup? We're forgetting someone. I want to give Guts his Christmas breakfast. Olivia pushes herself onto the edge of the couch seat, but before she can set her knees down to the floor, she pauses and turns her eyes away from mine. Inko, could you help me? Yeah, do you want your chair? She shakes her head no, and holds out her arms. I can feel my face heat up as I comprehend what she really wants. Don't you normally walk on your knees around the house? Just do it. Yay! Yes! The rest of the family looks amused as I slide one arm beneath her legs and the other one around her neck. And back. Olivia further secures herself by wrapping her arms around over my shoulder. Lifting her up slowly, becoming muscle memory, though my gait to her room still feels awkward and wobbly. Olivia doesn't mind though, as she smiles contentedly the entire time, even after I nearly drop her onto the bed. Once her tiny minion is properly fed his righteous Christmas feast, Olivia and I sit together on our bed and just hold each other. The hollering of the rest of the family is thankfully muted by her walls, and we finally have a quiet time I know she was looking for. My hands caress her back, drawing out her sweet bellowing purrs, as she leans more and more against me. And with my face in her hair, I recall I still have something in my pocket for her. She pouts and nips my arms as I draw away from her. Let go of me, I got something for you. She grunts and releases her hostage. I pull a small box from my pockets, still neatly wrapped in a shiny violet paper and topped with an emerald bow. She sits up and accepts the present, tilting an eyebrow. By the way, you could have given me this while we were opening all the presents. This one's special. Go on, open it. Olivia carefully tears the wrapping off the box and lifts the cover. Inside is a neatly folded sheet of cloth, and Olivia pinches it to bring out the unfolds into true shape. It's a stylized tail brace, meant for her support and warmth. It's only required commissioning Liz for the pattern, and Sophia just needed the material to put it together. I motion for her tail, which she delicately slides in my hand. I noticed after our dance it really took a toll on you. For a few days your tail was scratched up and sore. You didn't want to use it for anything at all. Even now I can feel the muscles beneath her scales are still hot and tender. With all the care necessary, I slide the fashionable accessory over her tail. The elastic bands within are already working, distributing a comforting pressure across the entire tail and causing Olivia to coo happily as she relaxes further onto her bed. So, I know it won't be so rough on you next time. It takes a moment for Olivia to process my words. Her expression of contentment slowly changed to one of surprise, and then a gentle smile. Next time? That'd be nice. The twitch of her cheek doesn't escape my sight. Olivia, you okay? Yeah, just... She chews on her lip for a moment to think. Is it something bad? Oh no, it's silly. I guess I just felt, I don't know, guilty for a second. Her fingers ring her blanket. Guilty? For what for? It's... At some point while I was making the fountain painting, I was resting when I remembered something. When I was a lot younger, I would occasionally go to these physical therapy appointments. There were some other kids like me, actually, maybe 3 or 4 years old. One of them was able to waddle a bit with his tail. Almost everyone was excited he could manage that. But the other kid's tail was too short. He was stuck on all fours still. So it's a miracle I even could do what I did. But it made me think, and eventually found videos of someone dancing like that with their tail. Someone like me, you know. Unlucky enough to have this issue, luckily enough so I can still move around, but a bit on my own. But what about the others, like that boy? What would they think after seeing us dance? It's been on my mind ever since I started practicing. Olivia clears her throat and looks at me with sadness permeating from her moon-shade eyes. That's what gave me the idea, but should I have? I feel like somehow I shouldn't have, but I did it because I love you. It confuses me. What do those kids think? Did you ever see them again? She shakes her head. What about anyone else like you? What do they think? I don't know. Wouldn't any of them be happy to have what you have? So many of them can't ever do something like that. I guess, but still. Those sound dumb, but it still feels like I'm somehow betraying something. Or maybe insulting. I could only dance because I was just able enough to use my appendage just long and strong enough to allow it. I guess I feel like I'm mocking them. I'm the luckiest unlucky person. I get the occasional glimpse of normalcy. I may as well not even be called disabled. I'm such an outlier. I thought you didn't ever want to be. I know. Her face falls and her entire maw trembles. I don't have any answers for her. How would I? She's not some strange exception case because of a bunch of crazy variables, and that's not why I love her. She's Olivia, and I love her because she's Olivia. My hand set her tail down on her lap so that they can cup one of her cheeks and tilt her head upwards. Looking into those beautiful silver irises, my whispered words carry my most honest feelings for her to clearly hear. Hey, I got you this because I love you, no other reason. If you don't want to use it in a particular way, nobody's making you, alright? The concern in her eyes still exists, but as her lips rise and her eyelids soften, I can see that the sorrow is subsumed by comforting love. Okay. She leans into my palm and sighs softly. That's a good enough reason. For now. Olivia starts running her hand across her tail's garment. It's pretty. Thanks. It's tailor-made just for you. I like it a lot. Thanks. For the gift and caring and being there for me. And Olivia's comments dissolve into mumbling affectionate words about me as she pushes herself onto my chest, wrapping her arms tightly around my body and her tail around my leg. I love you, Inko. I love you too, Olivia. I draw her even closer with my own arms, burying my face into her hair as I cradle the girl against me. Eventually, we'll show off Olivia's new gift, but for now, she wants to be held, and I want to hold her.
This is so cute.
Come January, the new semester starts. The final semester, and the break in the new year provides a nice start to the end. Even Ben seemed to be bouncing back. Contrary to his fears, it was business as usual once the break ended. Sure, there was the occasional rumor or whisper, but they were vastly overshadowed. Classes pass, and the weather finally starts getting warmer again. It really felt like a victory lap compared to how turbulent the first half of the year. Olivia in particular decided that she'd live here for too long without exploring much, so she got a new fire in her to see the city inside and out. We got to see it all. Art galleries, grand, luxurious malls, underground tunnel systems, the local skate parks, and just seeing everything the city had to offer. We even went back to visit the arcade a few times. And that brings us here. From a public school standpoint, I consider it our final destination. Not the last class, or the graduation itself, or even the after party. Olivia and I skipped to cuddle together at my place. I had something better in mind, something I'd always wanted to do since my folks moved here. And finally, I was able to make a plan and put it into action. Liz's hatchback barrels down the freeway. The trunk is completely packed for a week-long trip ahead of us. Not driving, though, the location is shockingly close. Olivia holds my arm close, jittering a bit in anticipation. I'd always heard of this place, but I'd never actually been. I have once. It was in elementary school, but it was a blast. Did you get to go surfing? No, and I don't plan to. What about you, Inko? You up for hanging then? Maybe, although I'd rather avoid the barrel at sea. That actually does scare me a bit. Wuss. I mentioned we got to explore everything that city had to offer. That wasn't exactly true. There's one place I'd been avoiding having to mention just for the occasion. Something we'd all talk about together and decided to save for the very last. And we were getting even closer, as Liz drives into the humongous concrete bridge jutting out across the shore. Our fifth passenger speaks up. I'd actually briefly considered setting up a senior trip down here. Oh, I'm so glad you didn't. I would have resigned from treasure on the spot. It never would have been applied, yeah, especially with the audit. Everyone shut up, I see it. All of us lean forward, trying to get a glimpse of our destination. Just off the coast of the city, there's an island. You know how the city is called, Volcadera Bluffs? Well, I'd seen the bluffs. I just haven't seen the caldera in the bowl, or the bowl. The islands host both. Manu Ai is called, and Kawela Okekai. Damn, what is his name? Okay, bro. What? We were just done with the names.
Sounds Hawaiian.
It is Hawaiian. It sounds, but like. Okay. And Kawela Okekai Kalani, I think that's how you say it.
Mm-hmm.
Being the 3 volcanoes making up the archipelago. Yeah. With its lush and natural forestry and the island forestry, the island was labeled a national park. Every last plant here grew on its own accord, creating a wild jungle that beautifully engulfed every section of life here. All the way uptown towards the mountain peak, where the numerous hiking trails led, to a scenic view of the dormant volcano, as well as a panoramic of the island itself. Then there was a small yet bustling town that sits just above the golden sand beaches, where the aquatic dino inhabitants made their real living. So many unique boutiques here, full of bursting with handmade trinkets that perfectly capture the island's community. And then there was a few resorts such as the ones we were staying at, nestled on the foothills to give tourists the best view possible. Our connected suites faced towards the towering mountain with a shared balcony providing us a view almost directly at the largest dormant volcano. It was the perfect setup there, not only with the well-padded lawn chairs, but even a built-in grill for Olivia and Damien to fight over. I step out of the shower and start drying off with a towel. All day today, we got to see as many sights the island has to offer as we could. True to his word, Damien's top priority was surfing lessons. He'll be down by the shore every day this week for a few hours. Olivia tells me dinos can't get sunburned, but I swear he seemed a little redder this afternoon. Speaking of, Olivia offered to handle my sunscreen treatment. I don't know which of us was more eager. Me for avoiding the harsh sun rays, or Olivia who looked elated at the idea of being handsy with me. And while she did a good job, I felt the need for a sun-based guts tattoo when I was too much. At first, we all hung together, checking out the shops and restaurants we wanted to visit. But after Damien ran off on his own, we started to dispense into our own adventures. Liz found a place that would give her a full neck massage. Ben became engrossed in the cultural side of the island, taking a foot tour through a history of Manuai. And Olivia and I had decided to hang out at the luau, sampling the bonfire, cooked meats while watching a lively fire dance show. There's just one last thing tonight. If you ask me, it's the most important part. I exit the bathroom in a fresh set of clothes. Outside, the sky is beginning to darken. The sun is riding along the edge of the monolithic husk of the volcano. That's why I picked this resort. There's not a better view in the state. Olivia lazies her around on the edge of the lunch bed. She slips an exotic juice cocktail and flips through a travel magazine. It took long enough. You sampling every darn soap you got in there? I'm just thorough. If I had known you'd take half an hour, I would have gone first. But it's about time to meet up. Taking the top beside her, I see Olivia's phone resting on her stomach. How'd the call with your dad go? The older baryonyx had called just as we got back to our room, which is why I got to dibs on the shower first. We would have talked longer if I had known you wanted to drain all the hotel's water. He's good though. Said he'd try to come home by the summer's end. That'd be awesome. We could have another pool party at Damien's. Anyway, how long till everyone's back? Soon, so I'm gonna go clean up now. Relax, I can wait. Olivia sets herself on the well-cleaned carpet and starts marching to the bathroom. Nah, you go ahead and set up. Hold on. She picks out a soda from the mini fridge and flicks the door shut with her hip. She's walking! She's walking!
Well, her
as
knees,
she,
maybe.
yeah, but you know, she's not using the wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
The can's drained and crumpled in seconds, and she gives me the piece of litter. Wow, treasure. Yep, I'll come find you guys when I'm done, alright? Sure. The door clicks behind her, and I start making preparations. I pick up our room's phone and dial the number for room service. A brief phone call later, and the order is placed for some pizzas. 3 pepperoni, 1 with anchovies. It's set to deliver to my next destination. I find the mini cooler I'd brought and filled it up with ice and more sodas from the fridge. And lastly is my camera bag and tripod, which I sling over my shoulder. Carrying everything, I step out of the bungalow and into a fresh, humid air. There's a huge shared balcony nearby, intended for parties and equipped for buffets. To my luck, the whole place is vacant. I make a claim and the table's closest to the edge. From here, the whole town below sits in view of us. I notice it's layered, from tropical jungle to civilization to beachfront. Across the water, the city is still visible, near enough to remind us that we're close to home, but far enough to feel like we're in another world. It's a lot to take in. I let my breath out and inhale deeply. Let's make the most of this while it lasts. Setting the mini cooler down on the floor near the wall, I spend a few extra minutes gazing out at the view over the view of the island. It's hard to look away, and I'm already getting ideas for where we could go next. But I have tasks to perform first, and I set my camera and tripod in the ideal location, retrieving my new remote. Hey, there you are! Turning around, I spot Damien approaching me with a quickened pace. I almost flinched until he walked right past me, stopping next to the mini cooler and petting the top of it as he finishes a can of soda. Don't run away now, you hear? Don't think it'll have much to say back, Damien. Everything's on its way. Just ordered the pizza, it should be here soon. Cool. Liz and Four Eyes number 2. We'll be out in a sec. Damien drops down on his seat, gnawing at the top of the soda can off and drinking its contents. Dang, this place is something else, though, isn't it? Thanks, Ingo. No problem. I'm glad we could do something like this. True to Damien's word, Liz strolls out of her bungalow. She's sharing with Damien, yawning into her hand. Her head seems to be swinging around more than usual. Oh, I feel amazing. I can't believe I've never tried acupuncture. Everything's just so effortless. It's crazy. She joins us by the table, continuing to rave about her spa treatment. And they were just so coordinated, like a pit stop crew in the race. They called it Aculau treatment. I am not gonna try repeating that. I think that's my species in her native tongue. Neat. Actually, I took Olivia down to a little trudum a while back. He told us the Japanese for gator is Wani. I think I've heard that before. But she's very young, isn't she? Bennett's the latest to join us. I check back at the window to my bungalow and see Olivia out in the shower getting ready. That's what she said, but the resemblance is undeniable. Oh, absolutely. In elementary school, whenever a teacher did the "see you later, alligator" thing, everyone would point to her. She hated it. Oi, I know you're not telling anyone about the dark trauma of my past. Olivia approaches, freshly washed off and carrying quite the payload with her. Jeez, is that all of your art stuff? You know vacations are to get away from work, right? Can it, unless you want to wake up tomorrow with a mustache. She shoves me, she moves from the chair to the table facing the balcony and unfolds a travel easel. On top is a plain sketchbook is placed, but Olivia procures a small paint palette instead of any pencil. Right away, she gets to work, starting with the brilliant red at the top of the page. Don't stare, keep talking. Just going on about our days. I checked out the few trails just before I got back. Some beautiful stuff around here. You should guys check it out. Oh, hold that thought. Heck yeah. He points to an approaching pair of dino ladies carrying large trays. They set them down on the table. 4 fresh, steaming pizzas. Liz has to hold Damien back from drooling a hole in the table. Olivia, however, has her attention split between her canvas and the fresh food. But she shakes her head and goes back to it. You don't even want one? Here. I pick a slice up, careful not to drop it, and bring it over to Olivia's mouth. Once she notices, she opens it wide and chomps half of it in one mouthful. Alright, now it's party. Damien springs for some pizza himself. And once we settle it for real, he gets Liz's attention. Yo, Liz, your last year goes like you expected? I remember you going on about it just before senior year started. Oh, no, not at all. My predictions were way off course. I never would have expected things to turn out like this. But I'm glad it did. It's been nuts for everyone. I don't think anyone here anyone here is the same person they were before. What about you, Ingo? What were you expecting as a new guy? That's a good question. I remember when I first stepped off the metro the first day of school, I wanted to have lots of friends, most of all. I'd actually never made friends before. Not like you guys. Just people I'd known for as long as I was around, before I had to move again. So it was my goal to get as many as I could. Yeah, and how'd that go? I didn't know friendship could be so exhausting. But so rewarding too. All the trials and tribulations and everything, I think they're all worth it. Because I made new friends with you all. I looked to a certain girl who remained silent but not inattentive, as I catch her own eye staring my way. And more. So, I guess to sum it up, it's been an experience I never want to give up, Damien. Despite the ups and downs and the twists and turns, I certainly wouldn't have guessed that a new student would have been such a wrench in the works. Getting so tangled up in Olivia, Mia, everyone else, and me. I was in a bad situation. I'm not anymore. Thinking on it, things were set in motion from the day one off. Hey, I'm grateful. Thanks. Yo, Olivia. I'm going around the table asking for your input on one last time. What do you think? She stops brushing and looks me in the eyes before turning all the way with a smile. About the new human student waltzing in and wrecking our ways of life? I'm currently relaxing at a fancy-as-hell beach resort with some of my favorite people. One of which I thought I'd never be friends with again. All thanks to my boyfriend. She looks back to me. Yeah, you did good, soldier. And Damien, I really appreciate you always trying to include me. Damien brushes his back of his head. He's got nothing to say for once. From there, conversations drift from topic to topic. Liz in particular got into a bragging competition with Ben when she talks about the colleges she was applying to and are rebutted with his own lofty goals. Damien pretended to moderate the whole debate before declaring both of them were eggheads. Olivia joins in sometimes, but for the most part, her focus is on her little project. Ben busts out a poker set he brought with him, complete with chips. As the sun gets closer to setting, we all enjoy the evening. The sun nearly sets. The rest of the pizza's nearly out. Ben runs to get more soda and chips. I look over the balcony to the city below, forming different plans for what we could do tomorrow. The possibilities are endless, aren't they? Behind me, I hear Liz chuckling to herself as she clacks the poker chips she drained from us underneath stacks. As it would turn out, she had an unbeatable poker face. Match after match, she'd shark the whole table. Wait, what if when she was stretching her neck, she was... Something tugs at my sleeve. Hey. Yo. Come here. I'm led by the sleeve to another of the lawn chairs where Olivia sits me down. She then takes a moment to look at me, even goes as far to adjust my legs for some reason. When she seems satisfied with my position, Olivia lifts herself right onto my lap with the use of her arms and tail, wiggling herself around until her back is pressed firmly against my chest. Whoa, what's this about? Her tail wraps around my waist, securing herself to me. Finishing touches, look. She points to the propped-up easel. Finally, I can see what she was working on. It's impressive how she managed to draw our villa. She's been working on this for some time, and the piece looks complete already. I start to ask about what she means by finishing touches when she places the brush in my hand. Inko, help me finish it. Her voice is soft and inviting, and her hand covers mine gently. How could I even consider resisting? Ah, magnifique. What? No, keep going. Alright. When she said keep going, I started to feel her hand guiding my gentle strokes. Slowly, the beautiful painting reaches completion. And all the while, Olivia and I bask in each other's holds. My chin rests atop her hair as she tries to concentrate. And her tail slithers and coils around my waist, keeping me as close to her as possible. Sadly, we're losing sunlight, and the painting won't be able to dry overnight with how humid it is. It looks fantastic, Olivia. I know, I just want to keep going, though. In the morning, then, okay? She grumbles to herself, but I feel her head nod. I try to move my leg, only for her tail to constrict just a bit too tight for my comfort. Stay. What about... Stay. Already, she placed her palette and brush aside, leaning back heavily against me. I'll stay, but the painting should be put up. This gator says later. Right now, we cuddle. Is there any pizza left? Yeah, we saved some since we didn't want to interrupt your moment. Shut up. I'm allowed to.
This is oddly familiar.
How so?
Just the way Olivia's acting.
Liz giggles into her hands and nods. A pizza pan is brought over, and the circle is formed around it. Olivia basks in the delicious taste, chomping down the last slices with a wide smile. I only bumped something off the table. It's Olivia's sketchbook. Hey, Olivia. You remember back on the second day of school, we played that drawing game in Miss Rockland's class? Yeah. I think that was the first big thing to draw us together. I think you're right. What was? There's this game the other students would play, passing around a note and doodling on it together. Oh, that. I never got to participate. I just kept passing it along. I'd always draw a dick.
What?
I kinda want to do it again. Like, a little send-off to our year at St. Hammond. You're corny. Nevertheless, she picked up the sketchbook and passes it to me. Yeah, I want to draw what I'll remember the year the most by. Jeez, there's too much to pick from. Let me start, Ben, then. Hand it over this way. Sure. Ben gets the pad and starts carefully scribbling something down. In the meantime, Liz pipes up. So, any plans yet? She looks towards Olivia just as she finishes the final slice. Well, Ben here insists I should at least get some fancy diploma or other, just for the sake of it. So probably one of the nearby schools here, just for a bit. I meant for tomorrow. Though, I could help you find one if you want. I've already got a couple acceptance letters. Actually, I've gotten one too. Wasn't anything really amazing, truthfully. At least I won't have to worry about the student debt, thanks to my parents offering to foot the bill. Ben passes the sketchbook to Damien. No dicks. I know, jeez. What about you, Ben? You going straight to school after the summer? Well, he hums to himself as he stares into the distance. I was thinking of taking a few months off. Look, a close friend had a vacancy in their backpacking trip starting next month. Oh, Lunara! It's the Raptor girl. Oh, okay.
Raptor Jesus?
No, it's not Raptor Jesus. And she said it'd be good for me. I figured I'd consider my future after I've seen more of the world. Sounds romantic, dude. Should tell Lunara how you feel during it. How you feel during it, man. Damien. He grins and points a finger gun at Ben. Ah, man, how you're going right back to school? I was just gonna go find a job or something. Oh no, not with some help, Damien. Knowing you, you'd end up working as some sign spinner or something. Hey, sign spinning looks fun. This finally gives Olivia the sketchbook. From my angle, here I see it really filling up. No peeking. Bleh. She makes quick work of her sketch, and finally the circle is complete when I get the sketchbook back. Pick something good to finish off, alright? The page is like a little scrapbook of our time at St. Hammond. Ben had drawn our brief gig as Latigan's apprentice for the wedding. Damien tried his best depicting the trip at the arcade. And Liz chose to depict her dance with Damien. I knew it was going to come up eventually. Olivia in turn drew our dance alongside it. Boy, do I have some competition here. Alright. One last drawing, let's see. Oh no, don't make me fucking draw.
Oh.
Oh my god. I don't know what to draw. Oh no. Ugh. Fuck, what do I draw? None of them seem to have noticed it. Here, thankfully, I look again at the chattering group on the balcony. My friends. Somehow, I think this picture will mark a precious end of one point in our lives and start of another. Maybe that's what all pictures do. I made quick work setting everything up just right. The angle, the settings, everything. Yep, it's time. Hey everyone. Heads turn, Olivia rolls her eyes with smiles, seeing I'm up to my old tricks. I see where this is going. Alright, just one. Thanks, I got a feeling this is going to be a keeper. Damien adjusts his seating to bring Liz closer to him. The focus, f-stop, and ISO are all ideal. No worries for motion blur or anything. I quickly go sit right by Olivia again, embracing her in a similar way. How do we know when it's done? It's not on a timer. I got a switch right here. Oh, want cheese? Sure. Actually, better yet, I just thought of something, just for Olivia. We were talking about this earlier. I tell him what I thought up. Olivia brows furrows defiantly. That's lame. Please don't. My camera. Just this one time, alright? You got it. Everyone ready? Once more, but I'm enveloped in Olivia's arms and tail, and I can feel her joy and annoyance radiate from her more brilliantly than the last rays of sunlight. All eyes look up to my DSLR set on the corner, smiles adoring faces from the prospect of this moment being immortalized forever. Here's to the future, yeah? And to good fortunes to come. And good friends we've all made. It's just a picture, don't make it weird. I think it's a bit more than that. 3, 2, 1. I Wani Hug That Gator. Oh my god. Inko and Olivia, haven't seen them in a while. I barely even have time for myself between studying and whatnot. Although maybe I should take a break. It'd be nice to take my whatnot on a double date. I'll be down in this city again soon. I think I'll call them now to arrange something. Osu, you're doing great. Thanks for asking. How am I doing? I'm glad you asked. I finally found a career path that really speaks to me. Starting next week, I'm going to be Damien any longer. My new name will be Rory, the Reading Raptor. Hello? Oh, it's you. Inko and Olivia, they've moved. They're still a short drive away, just the town over, while Olivia's in college. I think Inko said he found an internship. It's a little annoying having to drive the extra distance, but her stuff is really flying off the shelves these days at my store, and Damien loves coming along to catch up. Hey girl, haven't seen you in forever. Like, when was the last time? It was just before the school dance thing. Oh, why did we even hang out? Around that bitch. I always hated her. She was just a different person before. So, you get the designs I asked you for? You know it. I'll make the travel garbs be the next huge thing to take off. Trust me. Excellent. Nito and Halford? Those names will stick with me for better or for worse. Mostly for the stress they cost me. It's like they were magnets for trouble, always right in front of the auditor. But I am keeping an eye for their careers. They may be visiting again sooner than they expect. Inko and Olivia? I don't watch cooking shows. There were students here, Solly. Oh, the monkey boy! I'm proud of him. He's a good soldier, and I wish him luck in his cooking thing.
That's okay.
Ah, little Inko. I feel in a world where everyone was constantly giving him advice, I was the only one listening to his at times. I'm grateful for him, truly. I never felt closer to the youth of today. Although, after that head slide I pulled, my back was killing me for ages. But it was nice to feel young again. I hope the young love those two share blossoms into something beautiful.
I love storyboards.
Those two, just came to visit just last week. Guess they missed cooking too much. It was so nice to see them again, especially since we only have Vinny with us in the house now. I do miss those times when the house was more hectic, as surprising as that sounds. They're the Rome people, but our little nest is always open for them. Guts.
Yo?
Inky and Livy? Yeah, they came by not too long ago. Spent the whole morning just playing video games. And after that, Inky tried to play street hockey with me. It was so much fun, and he looked really happy, even after I accidentally hit him with a slap shot.
Oh.
Even Olivia agreed that he had fun, but he was too tired and needed to take a nap because he was getting old.
Meh.
So, you and that Psycho Ben guy? Never took you for the type. Don't call him that, you skank. You know I love you, girl. I don't mean nothing by it. You found someone too, I see. Yeah, he's just my type. He plays video games, he doesn't shower, and he moderates online forums. There's no way!
Bro.
Fuck.
Loyalty freak music.
Inko. He was one of the Trent's assistants at my wedding. He hasn't been that long. It hasn't been that long, honestly. We wish we could have seen him at Trent's services, lend an ear to him and all. Send our regards his way. I may have a request for him soon. We just found out that we're gonna have a kid. We definitely need some high-quality photos on that day.
You gonna take a picture of your wife in labor?
Olivia, yes, I know of her. She showed up one day with a whole stack of paintings, demanding I put them up right away. She and her boyfriend bought a few particular paintings on the spot as well. Cash. Turns out they were just going to donate them back permanently, so I gave them a discount. But what a strange couple. A human and a baryonyx.
Who the fuck is this guy?
It's... I'll explain. But it's Park Ranger while they were hiking. They visited the park more than once. What a nice couple. They helped me clean up the litter around here, the picnic sites. It gives me hope that hope to see that there's still people like that. I hope they're doing fine. My grandfather as well. While he says he's retired, he still goes out of his way to teach his children our family traditions. That old man, I swear, he should be enjoying his retirement and step away from the fires. I couldn't imagine how without him trying to hide the audiences if we wouldn't notice him. I just hope he's well enough once we take our show on the road. The S-Shell's next stage is somewhere just beyond the horizon after all.
Uh-oh. He disappeared.
Welcome, my friend. Are you here for the usual? Well, I have been practicing a new technique. After all, as an artist, must always challenge their skills, so must the chef and showman work to expand their repertoire. Do be mindful, though, that you should lean back. My last friend is still missing his eyebrows.
Are we even in the right aisle?
Never heard of him. You got the wrong person. Now scram. I'm busy trying to get us certified as a real mechanic. I don't got time to reminisce about the randos and if I know them or not. Maybe I did a long time ago, but not anymore. Not anymore.
And now you're alone.
turn. The end. Ending 4 of 4.
Yippee! Yippee!
Good ending 4. Is that it? July 6th, 201 M2027 BC. As we step out of the theater hall together, the harsh glare from the afternoon sun is only stymied by my prescription glasses. The rest of our groups aren't so lucky as I listen to the hissing of pain. We stop just beside the box office poster of the latest work from the production company Olivia and I got to work for. What'd you two think? Olivia and I turned to look at our guests, excited to hear their thoughts. This was the glowing start to our careers, after all. And while we're only interns now, the studio has promised us at least a part-time position for the quality of our work. My girlfriend's hands-painted poster was definitely drawing eyes. As for me, I was in charge of finding the locals for various scenes. This meant I was out in the field taking scenic photos to show directors exactly how certain shots should be framed. That, and I just had started training for an actual camera work too. Well, I thought it was good. Man, that script kinda sucked, huh? Didn't you just ask them for their opinions? And the score. And the acting. Basically everything that wasn't advertising and the cinematography. Aren't you humble? The movie was fine. Get better standards. I don't want to work on bad movies, I want to work on good ones. That's true, nobody ever goes anywhere by underselling themselves. Should you really be that critical, Liz? You're still selling Olivia's prints after all. Well, you also do have a start somewhere. Everyone was an amateur once, even you guys. With a loud harumph, Olivia crossed her arms. Well, see, if I invite you next time then. I didn't mean it like that, Olivia. You and Inko did great. The sets look fantastic, and all the locations were really nice too. Inko, tell her I didn't mean it. Olivia already knows. Even with her head turned away, I can see how her tail is flicking to side. Well, only one thing left to do. Our dillo-spinal friend motions towards the long and dirty gray carpet still sitting in the foyer of the theater. Taking his signal, I slowly push Olivia over, yet my partner pretending to wave at the imaginary crowd for the premiere of the film. Finally, we exit the building. Liz is right behind us, holding the door open for Damien as he finishes rolling up the runner he brought home for us for the occasion. You guys have any other plans for today? Yeah, sorry, but my boss needs me at the studio soon. They want to make sure I remember the script for tomorrow's morning show. I thought you said you ad-libbed everything. Yeah, why do you think they're calling me in again? I can't hide my wince. It's all good. The writers are just butthurt that I can come up with better lines all the time. Liz sighs. I've also got business to attend to. There's a full crate waiting at my office that I need to process, and Lunara asked me to get some aside and then there's the Historical Foundation whose order is missing, and breathe, Sunflower. Damien's hand rubs her back soothingly, making her head droop slightly. Right, sorry. That's fine. You already received my newest set though, right? Yes, and there's already a queue of buyers. You're really starting to take off. Because you're a good saleswoman. They smile at one another. Do you two need a ride? Olivia shakes her head in the negative. We'll be good, Liz. In that case, we'll see you two later. Bye, Olivia. Bye, Inko. Swing by my office sometime. We'll do brunch. Sounds like a plan. Oh, and Inko. I receive his silent message with a nod. My fingers brush over my pocket and Damien nods. Ooh! He smiles in recognition, both of us grinning at our girlfriends as our girlfriends look confused. With waves of goodbye, we go our separate ways, our oldest friends heading towards the parking lot while we veer down the sidewalk. Traveling down the worn pavement of Volcadero Bluffs, Olivia and I reminisce. Pointed at how much or how little the city has changed around us as we wander aimlessly down memory lane. Though as we wander, I know there's a destination I'm particularly heading for. Carefully, I weave our path to my end goal, hearing the tiniest of gasps from my girlfriend when she sees the familiar water feature. Entering the park from so long ago, Olivia can only smile and take in how all it still looks the exact same. Even the stairs upward, though this time I'm more capable of carrying her up. I've recently got into a bit of farming as well. I got a little garden going. It's tough work, but the fresh food is well worth it. I've been considering documenting my progress and posting it online. Maybe some of my other findings turn out. Self-sustainability make you a lot more in tune with the world you live in. I ease her down gently on the ledge of the fountain, her tail tip tracing over the water surface slowly. Wow, I can't believe it's still here. Yeah, brings back a lot of memories. For just a moment, the park is all white. The air is cold, and a younger Olivia is sitting beside me. And with a blink, I'm back to the present. Though Olivia seems to still be in that moment as she stares wistfully at the water pouring down on the fountainhead. Time passes as I simply stand beside her, listening to the trickle of water splash down. Finally, I feel her clawed fingers take hold of my hand, the scales of her palm meeting the skin of mine. She's finally come back. A heavy shuddering breath passes through her lips. Welcome back. She rolls her eyes and snorts decisively, but her fingers tighten around my hand. It feels like a lifetime ago now, doesn't it? Yeah. But I still remember that perfectly. Right down to our lousy wishes. She turns herself fully to me. I think they were good wishes. They came true after all. She looks back at the fountain. Yeah, they did. That was a pretty wild day, huh? Real bittersweet. Yeah. We were pretty dumb back then. At least I was, trying to jump up here. And then I helped you the rest of the way, huh? It's a good kind of stupid. Miss Scaler got a hold of me the other day. She wants me to be an alumni of Speaker. Back in the same classroom, even. I'll stand where he stood. You gonna do it? I think I will. I want to pass on to others what he passed on to me. In a way, it all started here. It was. Those were some pretty lucky wishes. I want to test it. I quirk an eyebrow at her. I'm saying we should do it again. Alright then. With my free hand, I reach into my pocket. Oops, wrong one. Only one thing is in that pocket, and it isn't a coin. I have to draw away my other hand so I can check my last pocket. And come up with only a single silver quarter. Well, do you want to have the wish? She chews her lip and thought. What if we both flip it and wish? Like sharing. Yeah, like sharing. Together then. Olivia nods once more, taking my hand. The coin is balanced on my finger, and her thumb is primed to flick it. On 3, 2, 1. Despite the awkwardness, Olivia manages to flip the coin perfectly into the well. I make my wish, curling my hand around hers. Although it sort of forms into a prayer by the end, it's an important one. Well, what'd you wish for? Looking all intense like that. You go first. Olivia's hand leaves mine once more as she clenches her fingers together on her lap. To be as good a teacher as he was, and to be able to bring out the most in those around me. You've already done so with me. You're making me blush. Cut it out. Okay, what was yours? My wish? You saw everything the game has to offer. The end. Oh, come on! I didn't change the fucking menu, bro. Oh. My fuck. Oh my god. I'm... Oh, fucking hell, dude. What if I have an idea, okay.
Broad City.
My
My drawing joins the rest, and I look over the whole thing once more. Cute. I think you've gotten just a little better. I want to keep this one. It's all yours. We keep talking about our senior year and what comes next for some time. Finally, the sun has set and the moon has risen, framing the balcony up perfectly for what I was waiting for. I motioned to Olivia so she finally let me stand, which she reluctantly does. Standing and stretching, I feel the pins and needles in my legs slowly fade as I walk into the corner of the balcony.
And that's officially the end. The end.
There's still this. I haven't seen any of this. How about achievements, mods, gallery? Oh, there's everything, dude.
There you go.
Dude.
That's gonna be your background now, huh?
Yes, dude. Animations?
Oh my god, her in the coma.
You know, shut up.
Immediately it's not even like them at the bottom of the stairs. Oh.
Oh, the fucking Benji music, bro. It's different too. I'm not going over this. I don't know where to go with this.
Oh wow, these are the unblurred photos.
Full body. Dude.
Your drawings, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't put the last one on there though?
It's only these two.
Blue.
No.
So they knew. They knew.
Is there anything else? The mods. That's it.
That is officially
That
the
was
end.
the best game of my fucking life. Nothing will fucking come close.
What about Undertale?
Fuck Undertale right now, bro. It's my second.
Really?
Undertale never made me feel this way.
Mm-mm.
I'm just...
Would you want them to make a sequel, or is it done? Like it's good there.
I am perfectly fine with the story, but if they want to make another one, I would fucking back that shit like I did Friday Night Funkin'. But I do have the other game. I'm not starting, obviously not tonight, but it's the one they made before this one. I want to see how that one is, because if that game is anything like this, bro, I need to like invest in this fucking company or go work for them or something, because like they know how to do fucking storytelling right. Animation, like, oh, this is sick. Wonder where it's from. You know, I didn't know where it's from, and I just kind of left my mind. And I was scrolling through Steam, just randomly for like games, and it popped up. And like, oh, this is where that's from. I'll buy it because it was on sale back then. I'm like, okay, I'll buy it. I'll try it out. And I remember I played it for a little bit, and I'm like, okay, I'm not really feeling it right now. And then I just, for a couple months, well, like a month or two, I'm like, yeah, I'll come back to it. And it was just a random night, like I was saying, like it was a random night I just got on because I had nothing else to do. And now I'm fucking here.